Most men believe they are thinking, when in truth, they are reacting. They wake up already influenced, already tilted, already owned by a feeling they did not choose and never examined. This is not an insult. It is an observation. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Most men never realize it, so they never find strength. They confuse emotion for identity. They say, "This is just how I feel," as if feeling is law, as if impulse is truth. It is not. Emotion is information. Nothing more, nothing less. But when a man mistakes information for command, he becomes predictable, and predictable men are easy to control. Anger pulls him forward. Fear pulls him backward. Desire pulls him sideways, and comfort keeps him asleep. This is how men lose years, without ever making a single conscious decision. Epictetus warned about this long ago. He said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Why? Because the moment a man begins to question his emotions, the world calls him cold, detached, strained. But what they are really saying is this: he is no longer easy to read, and unreadable men are dangerous. Understand this clearly. A man who reacts emotionally has already surrendered authority over himself. He speaks when he should be silent. He explains when no explanation is required. He defends feelings that should have been disciplined. Stoicism was never about suppressing emotion. That is a child's misunderstanding. Stoicism is about interrogation. Why am I angry? And who benefits if I stay that way? Why am I afraid? And is this fear protecting me or limiting me? Why do I crave validation? And what weakness does that reveal? Most men never ask these questions. They drown them out with noise, entertainment, opinions, outrage. Seneca observed this clearly. He wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. Adversity exposes emotional weakness. That is why men avoid it. That is why they escape into comfort. But comfort is not peace. Comfort is sedation, and a sedated man feels everything, yet controls nothing. Here is the brutal truth. If your emotions dictate your actions, then anyone who can influence your emotions can influence your life. Media understands this. Politics understands this. Manipulators understand this. They do not fight you physically. They move your feelings and let you destroy yourself. The Stoic response is not rage. It is not rebellion. It is mastery. Marcus Aurelius again. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. If chaos wants you reactive, be calm. If noise wants you emotional, be precise. If the world wants you distracted, be deliberate. This is how power actually begins. A disciplined man does not deny pain. He does not deny anger. He does not deny desire. He places them under command. He feels anger, then decides whether it deserves action. He feels fear, then evaluates the cost of obedience. He feels desire, then asks what it will cost him tomorrow. This pause, this gap between feeling and action, is where men separate. Most men live with no gap at all. They are stimulus and response, push and reaction, praise and obedience. But the man who inserts silence controls the moment. Silence is not weakness. Silence is processing power. In medieval times, warrior monks trained the body, but disciplined the mind harder. They understood something modern men have forgotten. A man who cannot govern himself cannot be trusted with power, not in leadership, not in family, not in legacy. So they trained restraint, fasting, cold, silence, order, not to punish themselves, but to prove something, that the mind can lead and the body can follow. Today, men reverse this order. They obey appetite. They obey mood. They obey impulse. And then they wonder why they feel weak. Weakness is not lack of strength. It is lack of command. If you feel offended by these words, pause, ask yourself, what exactly is being threatened? Your comfort, your habits, your self-image. Truth does not offend disciplined men. It sharpens them. This voice is not here to excite you. It is here to align you. Because once a man understands this, he cannot unlearn it. He starts noticing when emotions rise. He stops identifying with them. He begins choosing responses instead of surrendering reactions. And slowly, quietly, his presence changes. People feel it. Rooms feel it. Not because he is loud, but because he is unmoved. This is where control begins. Not over others, but over the self. And once that is mastered, nothing external can truly dominate you again. Pause here. Let that settle, because the men who stay will not hear this the same way again. And the men who leave were never ready